Night Talk with Phil O'Neill. And there's been a lot of controversy lately about animal rights and the thing like that, but we want to focus on something specific tonight, gerbil rights. Today with me is Dr. Michelle Lepasek of the Psychological Research Institute of San Francisco. Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning.
And our next guest is Jim Thomas, who is an avid user of the gerbils. And come in, Mr. Thomas.
Coming.
He's hurt himself. Could you explain how you hurt yourself?
Oversized gerbils. They were too old.
That is completely ludicrous. Ouch. I've been studying this, and can I ask you a question? Why do you feel the need to use gerbils?
Shows the animal attraction. I have such a love for animals, and I want to be closer to them.
Excuse me, but how many actually come out alive?
Well, I haven't counted. There have been so many that went in.
It's a proven fact that 9 out of 10 gerbils that come out are dead.
What were they going to be used for? What's so funny?
Oh, nothing. Just a little inside joke with the host and the cameraman.
They probably use them too.
I brought a little animal friend from our lab. We could get a close-up on him. Look at how cute he is. And yet, I'm not against homosexuality or anything of that sense. You stop your drooling. This is an innocent creature of the wildlife. And people, little children, would like to have these as pets. But still, some people think and feel that it is necessary to shove them up their rectum.
I'm sure Jim would like to have little children too.
There are other uses for gerbils. They're beautiful playmates, and they serve no purpose inside somebody's rear end.
I'd use it for a playmate.
If you want pleasure of something up your ass, you can stick a rectal thermometer.
It doesn't move around much.
Do you know what the life expectancy of a gerbil in a human ass is?
I've never intended. I'm sorry.
Have you tied the... What are you laughing at?
Sorry.
Okay, well, actually, I'd like to apologize for my outburst. I haven't been in such humorous company in such a long time. But we've gotten ourselves back together, and I apologize, Ms. Lepasek, that I was very insensitive towards the needs of the gerbil.
That's okay.
So please continue what you wanted to say.
Well, really, I just can't understand it. I've been a doctor for many years now. And I just do not understand why an innocent little creature like this has to be I can't even think of the word, subjected to such dark lifestyles, as I could put it.
So you think that the gerbil has rights?
I believe so, yes. Now, as Mr. Thomas also has rights, but there are sure other means of sexual desires that do not need other little life forms like this. There are the vibrators or even other, I find that other male companions, they still are living, at least when they come out. I mean, you're killing, you are murdering innocent gerbils this way. I'm sorry.
So you think that one animal should not be sacrificed for the pleasure of another?
Yes, that is correct.
So generally in the wild, one animal is sacrificed to another when they eat another animal, so that's a form of sacrifice.
I don't see Mr. Thomas eating it after it comes out of his ass.
Do you know? Were you there? Maybe I do eat my gerbils.
And well, we could be talking about it's sacrificing itself for the pleasure of Jim Thomas. I'm sure all animals don't eat just for survival at most of the time. Sometimes they want to eat that little pleasure. I mean, the bloodlust of a lion. So wouldn't you say that would be similar to Mr. Thomas's experiences with the gerbil?
Obviously, he's just a vicious person. I can't see how someone. I don't see the pleasure you could have.
Have you tried it?
Absolutely not. If I did, I would be a hypocrite.
There you go, then how do you know? Don't knock it till you try it. Lots of fun.
I don't know what to say. I've passed out pamphlets and everything I could to stop the prevention of the use of gerbils. There are other things you can use. I'm not saying, I mean, I know how hard it is, you know, to be a homosexual in this society. I mean, there are not many pleasures you can find. But maybe if you found other men to have these desires with, you wouldn't need to use little innocent creatures.
Other men broke my heart.
What if the gerbils were to sign a contract saying it was okay?
You're being ridiculous. Other
I'm not.
men,
What if you
other
could speak to the gerbils? They're
companions.
coming through with many scientific advances where we could actually talk to gerbils, and if they agree to this, wouldn't that be okay?
Yes, actually, I've spoken with a doctor who can talk to animals. His name is Dr. Doolittle, and he can talk to animals. And so far, they've been telling him that they think this is a cruel and unselfish means of using. But there have been some cases where some gerbils think it's a form of suicide, and they would gladly, you know, be subjected to.
It's better than testing them with laboratories and things.
What about
like
gerbils
that.
with leukemia?
They're just gonna die anyways.
Yeah, why not?
And what about gerbils with sexually transmitted diseases? Gerbils like to have sex with other gerbils, male or female gerbils.
Did you know
Are you speaking from experience?
I have tested these animals, not with any chemicals or anything, but I breeded them, and they are very quick breeders, and I have found out that...
And so you end up with too many, and so they go on and test aerosol cans and things, evil things like that. Can't imagine.
Well, you know, I used to raise gay gerbils, and what I've seen about gay gerbils is they like taking ants and sticking them up their butts. Now, why don't you go around and moan and bitch to them?
Because I have not yet discovered this. I mean, if you did that in the privacy of your own home, well, then you should have let this known to people. And I'm sure if you would have contacted my offices, we would have been gladly to save our ant communities.
Yes, well, I'm very glad that you care so much for gerbils and ants.
I mean, and even the ant. I mean, look at the ant. They are very interesting creatures. You can step on them 10,000 times and they do not die. They hide in the little cracks of your shoes.
I haven't tried 10,000 times.
Neither have I, but I've
Evil
seen...
people like her have.
Mr. Thomas, I think you should find something else to do besides sticking poor little innocent gerbils in your Luteus Maximus. I mean, it is just appalling. Why don't you try shoving that crutch up your ass? Anal retentive person.
I have. It was as much fun. It was cold.
Well, you know,
uncaring.
Well, you know how Mr. Thomas needs to stick something up his butt. I think you need to take the cactus out of yours.
You think you're just so God because you can film this TV show in your basement when I'm trying to voice out to these people how you're laughing.
I'm not laughing.
You're laughing.
What do you know about laughing?
I laugh all the time.
I can tell.
I'm laughing every time I see your face.
You don't look like you're laughing. You look like...
Because I'm trying to contain it. This is a very serious problem we're dealing with here.
So serious. I think George Bush was talking about it earlier, how serious a problem gerbils up people's butts were today. And I think the Senate committee will be discussing that tomorrow morning.
You're the one who wanted, you know, you were looking for this topic, and I happen to be a professional in the field, and so was Mr. Thomas.
Actually, the
some
producers
cases.
wanted it.
Well, then this is the topic that you're stuck with.
I understand we're talking about gerbils, but don't you...
I've said and done all that I can, and if...
Well, you've made your argument. Now it's Mr. Thomas's turn to make his argument for his personal use of gerbalis.
What the hell's a gerbalis?
The Latin term.
Well, I see nothing wrong with using a gerbil, a nice creature, for my own pleasures. That's why the animals were put on the earth, isn't it? Isn't that what it says in the Bible?
Oh,
for us
it said in the Bible to shove little innocent creatures up your ass?
Not specifically, but I have read into the Bible, and I know that anyone who cares enough for an animal will bring him loves you, Tony, any way he can. And that's all I'm trying to do.
Would you say that having sex or sticking a gerbil up your butt is a form of sexual closeness with the gerbil?
It can be.
Well, doesn't it say also in the Bible that there was a death penalty to have sex with an animal in the Old Testament?
How many rules of the Old Testament are used nowadays? Probably not too many.
Well, I think when something has the death penalty towards it, it had a pretty big...
In some countries today, there's a death penalty for drunk driving.
But you're using the Bible, and you're using the Bible, therefore we must venture on that territory, not on others. That's using to defend your argument.
That's just one of the things.
Okay, defend animal rights.
Well, I also know many people in the Gerbil Lovers Club, which I'm a member.
But you're president.
Not to credit. He's a great man. I know him.
Oh, I bet you know.
I do. He's a very nice man.
I bet you know how many gerbils can fit in him.
Not at the moment, but I can find out if you would like to know.
Oh, would you send the information to her? I think her organization can use it.
Just another statistic to add to the records. So what? If you say that these are your pets, you are simply just killing off your pets.
Not before they have some fun.
Oh, and you think these gerbils have fun?
There's plenty of gerbils go around.
It's not like they're not going to make more.
If they're dead, how can they reproduce?
You let them reproduce before you actually.
Don't you think you could use another creature instead of gerbils?
Well, some small forest animals are too large.
The squirrels.
Yes, squirrels are much too big.
Maybe a woodchuck.
Maybe you could use a woodchuck. Someone as such as myself would use gerbils.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe you would like to use a hippopotamus. I don't know. But it's whatever your pleasure, really.
That's right.
As they say, whatever turns you on.
Well, either your cameraman is telling you to cut, or he's trying to slit his throat because of this conversation.
You want us to cut? Is it
Looking
time
at
to
you,
go?
I can understand that.
Is it time to go, cameraman? Well, this is Night Talk with Phil, and we'd like to thank our guests, Dr. Michelle Pasek and Dr. Jim Thomas of the Gerbil Institute. And we'll see you tomorrow when we're going to discuss vegetarian gerbils.
No, okay, on young children, why do they always grab the crotch? You ever seen a 5-year-old kid? I mean, he just like
Because he doesn't know what it is yet.
can't let go of it. Just wanders around like this.
Maybe that was you.
I haven't been watching
These little boys.
Fell out.
What's that pizza coming? What's that pizza coming?
I don't know. Well, we have to listen.
Yeah,
Want to go upstairs and listen?
Yeah, let's
Let's stay. Let's stay.